When art dresses in worn out material, it is most easily recognized as art, meaning art actually only and necessarily becomes recognizable and identifiable and admirable by the others in the society only when it is developed and presented in materialistic and raw and basically wild ways, when it is not moderate, moral, mature, when it is not changed or manipulated or dominated by one's ego or others' desires and societal expectations and cultural requirements and other conditions, then only art really looks like art, and it also becomes sovereign, independent, individual, and even eternal universe. Art can only be considered to be great and basically of sovereignty, individuality, and independence when it is presented in the most raw and rough and basically worn out material. If we try to change our art in accordance with society's cultures and public conditions and external premises, then art is going to become worthless, meaningless, and insignificant. And whatever we develop and present is also going to lose its significance, character, authenticity, identity, individuality, independence, etc. That it could have been there had we developed and presented it with our own desires, wants, dreams, interests, and had we basically represented it in the most immoderate, immature, and a raw or worn out form as it could be presented with, then it could have been recognized and admired and identified very easily as art, whether it's philosophy or painting or literature. It could be anything depending upon our interests and desires. But art should always be presented in as much raw manner as we can, or as it is possible to be presented, and then only it's going to be recognized, admired, and respected as art, and people are going to love it. Otherwise it does not always look like art when it is regularly changed and manipulated and dominated by public perception, societal expectations, and others' desires, wants, wishes. So it is our art, and therefore we are under the obligation to perform our task. We should try to put as much interest, drive, desire as we can into the creation and development of our art. We have to be absolutely natural, authentic, and raw, and we have to avoid all the other filters and others' expectations.